Good morning, everybody. What is going on? I hope you guys had a blessed day. Man, we had a fantastic time at church yesterday. Prayed for a lot of folks, and guess who's with us today, man? None other.
T-Raj checking in.
T-Raj. Peace, T-Raj. Yeah.
Peace.
So I've got to cut this yard one final time. No leaf cleanup, no cleanup. And I've got to cut a yard down here one final time. So as soon as those are done, we're going to get plenty of footage. And today's topic, man, is from a guy named Dan LaFlame. Awesome dude and great supporter of the channel. And what we're going to do is answer a question of his, which was, should you rent equipment or buy equipment? And I'm going to give you Doc's thoughts on it. And it's going to depend on, of course, what equipment you're talking about. So we'll go over some equipment and what I think. And after that, we'll wrap it up, man. Right, T-Raj?
Sounds great.
Yeah, T-Raj is ready to go, so we'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, this is the yard we just did. He did not want leaves at first, but he texted me back and said he wanted them done. I think that looks great. And here is the back. He did not want the full cleanup, which I can understand because it would have been a couple $100 easily, if not more, excuse me. But there it is, cleaned up, all ready to go for next year. Woo! That was kind of weird. I get the back cut and I get the text message, hey, go ahead and do all of it, please. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if I left enough time, but yeah. Got plenty of time. We'll get 3 done today, 3 done tomorrow, 2 on Wednesday, and 3 on Thursday, and then 1 big one on Friday. And we will be rocking and rolling and ready to go. Into Monday, we only have 1 left, and then we work at the big place. So it is working out to plan. Thank you, Lord. So let's get to the next one. all clean. Now we got to cut it all up and blow it all out. This is going to be a while. So we'll see you here toward the end. Got to tell you, I love these things. Don't rent them, buy them. Okay guys, that is done. The side is done. I think that looks great. And we're going to do the back, and once we're done I'll show you the finished product, and then we'll talk about, do you rent equipment or buy it? And there's some things I would say it really depends on how much you're going to use it. Do you have the need for it over again? Do you have the need for it over and over again? You know, how much does it cost? The cost is a big thing. But anyway, let's get this done. I'll show you the end. We'll see you in a few. Okay guys, this is it. The end. It's over. This one's done. Going to walk you around the side here. This one took a little while. There were a lot of leaves, as you saw. But there it is, looking good for another season. And hopefully I'll be back to mulch it next year. I know I'm not cutting it anymore. And the 1/4 acre yard down here that I used to do, the big one, those people moved out, and that house is for lease again, so who knows if I'll have that one next year. But let's get home and we'll finish this video up, guys. See you in a few. What do you think, T-Raj?
Good day.
He's tired, aren't you?
I am tired.
He wore out. T-Raj wore out. See you soon. Okay, guys, we are all done. Man, I had to blow the filter out on this thing. It was filthy. I'd probably need to get a new one, but I think I'm just going to wait till the end. of the season. Anyway, getting to equipment, should you buy or rent? Hold on. Okay, that was my buddy Nick. He is doing some leaf cleanup for me. Just some big ones, man, that I cannot get to. Anyway, getting to the subject of buying equipment versus renting. So my big deal is, if you're going to rent equipment, so there would be like stipulations versus buying it, okay? If it's like a Bobcat, I'm not buying that. I'll rent it, because you can pass the price of it off to the customer, okay, if the job's big enough. And, well, any job that you're doing with it should be big enough. A dethatcher, I am not ever going to buy a dethatcher, okay? Way too expensive for what you're going to make off of them. Not that many. I have literally done one dethatching job in 14 years. As far as aerators, okay, now that right there is, to me, a big gray area, because if you want to get into aerations and you've got enough clients to where you can pay the machine off in a year or two, I'm all about buying an aerator over renting one. Now, if you're new to the business and you've only got, 15, 20 yards, but you want to get into aeration, definitely rent one. And honestly, 15 yards, I would walk anything under 20. I would literally get a walk behind, because they're around 65, 70 bucks. Let's see, what else? What else can you rent? I mean, I don't know. Augers, things like that. Those are all things I would rent. The aerator would be the one thing that I would think about buying. A sod cutter, I would not buy that, okay? I would just rent that if I needed it. There's really not a lot of equipment that I would say that I would go buy as opposed to renting it, because first of all, you have to know what jobs you're doing, okay? For me, it's mainly mulching, edging, cutting grass. Would I rent a bed edger? I have done that, and I will never do it again. It is the clunkiest, heaviest piece of junk I've ever used, okay? Never going to rent a bed edger again. It was a waste of money. I tore up so much stuff with it, cut phone lines, cable lines. So much easier to manually edge. Does it take more time? Of course. Does it look better? I think it does. I truly think it does. I would say the pieces of equipment that you're more than not going to rent are your aerators, your dethatchers, and I'm talking about lawn care, guys. I'm not talking about big landscaping jobs, okay? You get into a big landscaping job, you may have to rent a Toro Dingo. Is a Dingo worth buying? It is if you're going to make $100,000 a year off of it, okay? If you're going to make $5 grand on a job, no, it's not worth buying. So you really have to look at your needs. This has nothing to do with wants. It all has to do with needs. So that's my opinion on renting versus buying. The only thing that I know I would buy is the aerator. So you guys let me know. Now look, I'm not going to rent a shovel. Shovels are 29 bucks at Lowe's. If I can't afford that, I probably ought to go get a job and forget lawn care. I'm not going to rent a bed edging shovel. I can buy those. So you really have to know what projects you're doing. You have to know, is the customer paying for it? Did you put it in the bid that way? If you're going to rent a big front end loader, you're going to want to pass that on to the customer, man. You don't want to have that. You don't want to end up paying for that, because you could have that thing 3-4 days. It could cost you $1,500. So I hope that helps you, Dan. but really it has to do with the project you're working on and what your needs are, man. So guys, leave a comment down below. Let us know, what have you rented compared to what you've bought? Okay, because that's a good question. Now, some guys may get a big hedge trimming job and they may decide to rent a set of the articulating hedge trimmers. I never thought about doing that. I don't know what they cost, but as opposed to buying them, that might not be a bad idea. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. We got 3 done. It was a great day. God blessed us with a beautiful day again. It's about 63 out now, and should I be out doing more? Probably, but he has to, you know, they got 1 car for 2 people, so I get it. He's got to go pick her up from work, so it is what it is, and he's going to be working all this week with me, so I'm happy with that. But guys, as always, Dr. Real was in the house. Keep it real. I love you guys. God bless y'all, and have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.